Imagine a scenario where the entire global economy just completely flips on its head overnight, but somehow only one guy manages to keep his bank account completely intact. We are looking at an absolutely wild zero-to-hero wealth story today. We're going to break down this incredible manhwa recap to see exactly what happens and how extreme the power of currency can get when the basic rules of reality just break down.
So the magic number to keep in mind here is 1 million. In this story, literally overnight, the prices of absolutely everything in the entire world drop by 1 million times. It's a massive, unprecedented deflationary event that no one else seems to notice. Except, well, the system completely forgot to adjust the bank account of our protagonist, a streamer named Shenfeng. Because his account was totally unaffected, Shenfeng is suddenly vastly, incomprehensibly wealthy. The catch? He has absolutely no idea it's happened yet.
Just picture the sheer scale of this shift. You wake up, you casually check the real estate market, and Mount Fuji is on sale for a single yuan. You want to buy Wall Street? No problem. That'll set you back 2 yuan. It completely shatters our entire understanding of money. In this bizarre new reality, possessing even a handful of pocket change literally makes you a titan of industry.
Section 1. The Million-Fold Price Drop.
Now, instead of waking up and buying Wall Street, Shenfeng goes on a blind date arranged by his mom, completely oblivious to this massive economic crash. In the old world, Shenfeng was actually doing quite well for himself. His streaming gig pulled in about $1 million a month. But now, as he sits down at this cafe, his blind date hits him with her ultimate gold digger demands. She wants a 100-square-meter house, a luxury car, and, wait for it, a staggering 50-cent dowry.
Section 2. The 50-cent dowry. Because Shenfeng's brain is still doing old-world math, he thinks 50 cents is literally nothing. So he just blurts out, "Are you kidding? 50 cents?" Highly offended by his reaction, the girl stands right up, tells him he's poor, and declares that even if he came crying to her with a whole yuan for a dowry, she wouldn't accept him. She's rejecting him for being a peasant, completely unaware that Shenfeng's old bank balance makes him essentially the richest entity on planet Earth.
After that totally disastrous date, Shenfeng heads home, only to get a super bizarre phone call. See, he recently spent 3 yuan online for what he thought was a little plastic model airplane for his future brother-in-law's birthday. Well, the caller is the airport, telling him his Boeing 747 has arrived. Shenfeng tells them to just drop the toy off at a courier office. The delivery guy is absolutely horrified. I mean, you can't just leave a massive real passenger jet at a post office. Shenfeng finally realizes they aren't joking around and rushes over to the airport.
Section 3. The 4 Yuan Flex. Still trying to save a buck because he doesn't fully understand his new god-tier wealth, Shenfeng takes a bus to the airport, and this is where the insane reality of the new world violently crashes into him. When he casually asks the driver what the fare is, the entire bus turns on him. They're mocking him relentlessly because, get this is the actual standard of living now. Earning 2 cents a month makes you incredibly lucky. Dreaming of 5 yuan is considered clinical insanity. A guy in a suit even starts making fun of Shenfeng, flexing that his own monthly salary is 2.5 cents, which apparently makes him absolute elite. So this suit guy gets incredibly arrogant, right? He actually makes a bet. He says if Shenfeng can produce even a tiny amount of actual money, he'll get down on his knees and acknowledge Shenfeng as his adopted father. Shenfeng, getting pretty annoyed at this point, just reaches into his pocket and pulls out his pocket change, exactly 4 yuan.
Shenfeng casually tosses those 4 1-yuan coins into the air, and at the distinct clinking sound, the bus completely loses its mind. People are terrified he might drop one and scratch it. The arrogant suit guy? He instantly drops his pride, falls to his knees, and begs Shenfeng to adopt him, literally calling him Dad. Girls on the bus are throwing themselves at him, offering to pay just to be near his 50-cent aura. This is the exact moment Shenfeng realizes, oh wow, I'm richer than an entire country.
Section 4. Buying a real Boeing 747.
Having finally grasped his wealth, Shenfeng arrives at the airport only to bump into his ex-girlfriend Liu Ruyan and her brand-new, supposedly ultra-rich boyfriend, airline director Djibouti. Djibouti is strutting around the tarmac, showing off his Robinson R-44 helicopter, which, by the way, costs a grand total of 3 yuan. He even condescendingly gifts Shenfeng's ex-brother-in-law a red envelope containing a single cent, and the family acts like he just handed them the keys to a kingdom. Meanwhile, Shenfeng is just standing there, secretly waiting to pick up a Boeing 747 that cost him thousands.
Digiboda is taunting Shenfeng, threatening to have security throw him out. But then, a highly respected VIP, President Cheng, arrives on the scene. Digiboda tries his hardest to suck up to him, but Cheng completely ignores him. Instead, Cheng walks straight up to Shenfeng, bows 90 degrees, and announces in front of everyone that Shenfeng is the sole purchaser of the freshly landed Boeing 747, paid entirely in cash for a mind-boggling 3,210 yuan. To put that into perspective for you, Digiboda's entire corporate group is only worth 500 yuan.
Tracking the timeline of this instant karma is just so satisfying. Digiboda goes from flexing his 3 yuan helicopter to watching the most powerful man in the airport bow to Shenfeng. When Yuan frantically tries to claim it's a mistake, the actual paperwork is produced. Digiboda, absolutely terrified of Shenfeng's obvious supreme power, ends up getting fired by President Cheng right on the spot for embarrassing the company.
Section 5. Sweet Revenge and Business.
The moment the truth sets in, human nature takes over instantly. Shenfeng's ex-girlfriend, Liu Ruyan, and her brother Yang Wei immediately realized they just threw away the richest man alive for a guy who just got fired. Shenfeng accidentally drops his 4 1 yuan coins on the ground. The brother, Yang Wei, stares at them like they are magical artifacts. In a display of sheer pathetic desperation, he looks at Shenfeng and actually says, "If you give these 4 yuan as dowry, I'll let you two be together again." He's treating pocket change like it's the ultimate bargaining chip for his sister's relationship.
But Shenfeng? He is absolutely having none of it. Ruyan begs for a second chance, claiming she always loved him. Digiboda, meanwhile, is literally being dragged out by security, squealing like a pig. Shenfeng ruthlessly claps back at Ruyan, reminding her exactly how quickly she sold out for a single cent. He rejects her, casually tosses his 4 coins into the air, and catches them flawlessly. A nearby secretary watches this whole thing and is absolutely swooning over his royal, classy attitude of playing with such ungodly wealth as if it were just glass marbles.
So what exactly do you do with a real Boeing 747 you bought by accident? Shenfeng and President Cheng head over to a cafe to talk business. Shenfeng honestly doesn't want the plane. It's too big, it takes up space, and he definitely doesn't know how to fly it. Cheng suggests leasing it to the airlines since airlines rarely buy planes in pure cash anyway. Cheng offers market rate, which would take about 10 years just to recoup the cost. Shenfeng, completely bored by all the math, just simplifies the whole shebang. He asks for a flat fee of 25 yuan a month for a 20-year contract.
President Cheng is absolutely floored. 25 yuan a month. For Shenfeng, it's just an easy, no-hassle passive income. But in this crazy new world, securing a guaranteed 25 yuan every single month is essentially a limitless fortune. He has secured ultimate generational wealth without even breaking a sweat, just by leasing out his accidental birthday gift.
Which brings us to the end of this totally wild explainer. This story really forces us to look at the relative value of money and the hilarious social dynamics attached to it. It leaves you wondering, if the world flipped tomorrow and you were the only one who kept your current bank balance, if your literal pocket change could buy a country, how would you spend your first 4 yuan? Think about it, and we'll see you in the next explainer.